Have you ever been taken advantage of in a strip club? Dances for 3 minutes, one song. Okay, you owe me for 3 song. Think the worst that ever happened is I ordered a beer and paid with it $20. Never got any money back. When I asked, she said the rest was considered a tip. I tried to complain, then one of the bouncers told me to just let it go. Last beer I had there and last time I went there in 1970s in Soho, London, there was a scam going where there would be a sign outside a club saying, "Live bed show." If you went down into the club, you'd pay the entrance fee and ridiculous drinks charges and see the bed on stage and wait for the action. Except it never happened, and when you complained, a bouncer would arrive, threaten you and chuck you out. The scam was that they never claimed to put on a sex show and that you'd got to see a live bed. There's the common scam where the dancer will sit next to you and the servers will come up and ask if you want to buy the dancer a drink. I said okay the first time I went, and I was charged like $25 for a Jack and Coke. I never let that happen again. I was drugged once, ended up spending 4 months' salary on champagne. Good times. The ATM machine inside the College Town strip club took your debit card, but only gave out paper scripts that could only be redeemed there. Not actual money. There was a tiny printed, taped-on warning about this on the ATM that, let's be honest, usually smashingly drunk 18-20-year-old guys only noticed in the very poor, dark lighting the first time they went there and put in their card and got back something like $200 of basically Monopoly money. Lol dude, you're asking this wrong. The question should be, is there anyone out there who's gone into a strip club and not gotten swindled? Pretty minor. But one night after going to a baseball game, my friend convinced me to go to a nearby club because they waived cover with a ticket stub. Beer special was BOGO, so they give you a beer and an empty shot glass to redeem a second beer. Twice my freebie shot glass disappeared when I wasn't looking or went to the bathroom. Third time I put my glass in my pocket when I went to the bathroom. Pretty low profit scam to deprive the customer of a $6 beer. You're advertising for free, but watching the 2 bouncers drift closer to my area when I protested the first time it happened made it pretty obvious it wasn't worth pressing the issue. Strip clubs are pretty terrible immo. The entire concept of strip club is taking advantage. They want to get you drunk, loosen inhibitions, so you spend more money on someone you can't have. That atmosphere of course encourages enterprising people to take it just one step further. It's like going to a casino and thinking you're going to make money there. If someone is that gullible and willing to bleed cash for nothing in return, that's a target-rich environment. She said she loved me. You are being taken advantage of the second you walk in the door. The whole point of a strip club is to prey on your basic instincts to squeeze as much money as they can. They can do more questionable things because they are counting on people to be too embarrassed to say they got fleeced at a strip club. Very drunk stripper doing 2 for 1 dance but not starting until there's 15 seconds left in the first song. Yeah, I went there for a lunch buffet and the corned beef was inedible. Wouldn't even refund my $3.99, the bastards. I went to the Crazy Horse 2 in Vegas for a bachelor party back in 2000. This one black stripper grabbed my arm, pulled me down to her chest level. I'm 6 feet 7 inches and motorboated my with her 2 massive rock-hard fake breasts. Damn near broke my neck. Later that night this other really young girl asked me if I wanted to dance. I didn't really. I hate strip clubs with a passion, but one of the guys said I was being a killjoy, so I said yes. About 30 seconds and she just puts her head in my chest and starts sobbing. I was like, hey, what's wrong? It was her first dance and she realized she hated the thought of doing stripping. She had a full-blown panic attack. Eventually she calmed down and left. 30 minutes later like 5 women approach me and they start thanking me. Got a bunch of merch from them. I still hate strip clubs. I don't understand them. Life pro tip: If the stripper has to physically help you use the ATM, you're too drunk and it's time to go home. Don't ask me how I know. I once had my dick grabbed by a stripper who was trying to change the nature of the interaction. Strip clubs are not my scene. I was there as part of a birthday event. Not me, but a customer of mine. He was from a pretty conservative area, Bible Belt, of the USA, visiting Toronto. He was an engineer and a pretty quiet, reserved guy, mid-40s, married with a few kids. We offered to take him to dinner and a Blue Jays game. He declined and sheepishly says, "I hear you guys have really good strip clubs in Canada, can you take me?" So we did. To our surprise, this well-mannered, reserved man turned into a maniac as soon as he had a few drinks in him. We told him we will happily pay for anything he can eat or drink, but he was on his own for anything beyond that. It didn't take long for him to be in the VIP room. I have no idea what happened, but long story short, he comes back to the table being dragged by a bouncer with a stripper right behind them. They insisted he owes her $1,000, and he won't pay. He swears he is being scammed and didn't ask for any extras. We end up having to pay her so this guy didn't end up getting the shit kicked out of him. Our meeting with him and his boss the next morning was a little awkward. Australia, mostly empty club with one girl dancing, two girls whispering in my ear, and the free drink, while I only had half of it, fucked me up. Pretty sure it was spiked, so lucky I bailed when I did. Use cash only.